guys, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. So this isn't quite the mukbang that we thought it was going to be. We did have loads of bits from Iceland, but we have no oven.
The end of April, isn't it?
Yes, so that'll be end of April's one. So we've kind of had a little bit of a last minute. We've gone with a Papa John's. I will do a little overview so you can see what we're tucking into. But it is time for our monthly Q&A mukbang. And you guys have sent in loads, which, I mean, is great for us because we love chit-chatting to you. I just want to see if I can bring you closer a tad while we're getting set up. So, you guys sent them in. As I say, you can either contact me via email or on the Instagrams. That's absolutely fine. It's fine.
Do you know what the questions are then?
Yeah, I've screenshot them all. I don't pay attention to them. I screenshot them all and then we go through them.
Horrible ones, aren't they? We still answer them.
We still answer them.
All right then, okay, that's right.
So, let's get in with our monthly Q&A mukbang, which features Papa John's. It should have featured Iceland, but hey-ho.
That's April, isn't it, when we get the oven.
Right, food. We have from Papa John's chicken poppers, pizza garlic sticks, and we always go with the works, which is kind of everything and anything. So, what do you want? Mum has her plate. I literally eat straight from the box. What do you want? You want some chicken?
Just a couple, please.
Well, you can put on... Right, hold on. Sauce going with.
Yeah.
You can pop on whatever chicken you want. And we've got garlic and herb or tomato dips.
Garlic and herb, please.
So if you have a garlic and herb, is that yep, that's garlic and herb, not special garlic. Want some pizza sticks? I much prefer a pizza stick or a dough ball to a proper garlic bread piece now. Because they're just easier to eat, aren't they?
Yeah, thank you.
And
these are nice fish, aren't they?
Pizza. We got a double XL pizza, guys, don't judge. So we will be having pizza tomorrow. Leftover pizza.
You can have for work.
Oh my god, leftover cold pizza for my breakfast Friday morning. Yes, please.
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then,
so you'll be up early then.
You having any slices of pizza yet?
Yes, I'll have one, please.
You can break off your pizza.
Oh.
She doesn't like taking food. I, on the other hand, just get stuck in, you know me, guys. Right, let's have a look. So, we'll start with this one. This one is for you.
Me?
What are you looking for?
Nothing. My dip.
Oh, I thought you was looking for a kitchen roll. So, the first one...
I don't know what I've done with it.
I've got tissues if you want tissues. Did Mama G fancy Dada from the first time she saw him despite the age gap? There's a lot that relate to this. You've got another question that runs on from this, but we'll start off with that one. Did you fancy Dada the first time you saw him despite the age gap? Which was 9 years. Mum was 30 and Dada was 21.
Yeah. I did, because when he turned around, the only thing I didn't like was his hair because he had curtains. But when he turned around and smiled, he had a big gap in his teeth.
Mum loves a gap.
Yeah. So I liked him then.
On the other hand...
But I was quite rough to Dad when he met me because he was so quiet.
Well, this one says, on the other hand, did Mama G feel Dar felt an attraction towards her from the beginning? Sorry being nosy, but human relations and attraction interest me too. Did you think Dad thought, poor?
Oh, I don't know, because as soon as I saw him with Nan, I was like, oh, that blimmin' traffic, and he must have thought, oh my God. But obviously, I don't know. So long as he didn't look upon me as a mother figure, I don't mind.
He must have had some kind of attraction to you.
But we only sort of, when we started working together, we only sort of really, I'm not sure whether he asked me out that night or whatever. It was Christmas time and we went up to the local pub and then come back and had a cup of coffee at the caravan, and things just progressed from there. Because it was snowing.
Dirty doing the deed on the first night.
No, nothing like that. Because I'm not sure. I think Nan and Grandad went back home and Dad stayed here. And Dad went home. And then I went up on the train and met Dad. And stayed at Nan and Grandad's house. I won't say too much because they might watch horses. So I don't know.
If Nana Nana M's watching this, she will be sure to tell me how it went down. Be thinking, who's this southerner coming up for Christmas?
Yeah, but I knew Nan first.
Yeah.
And really, I sort of, with Nanny M, Dad's mum, I had her like a second mum. So I used to tell her my secrets and say to her, oh, blah, blah, what do you think this, Margaret, or Margie? What do you think that? And so really, when I got with her son, she knew all my warts and alls. So she was probably a little bit apprehensive because Daddy's the youngest, isn't he? But I said to Nan said something to me, and I said to Nan, if that's the way you feel, when he comes back, I will say to him, we will stay friends. Because Nan asked me something, and then I told Nan straight from now. I said to Nan, if you're worried, when he comes back, I will say to Dad, I think we'll be friends, if that's okay.
Did you ever talk to Grandad about it before? Because you knew Grandad again before.
I knew Grandad, yeah. No, it was more Nan knew me warts and alls. Which I can understand her why she asked me the question that she did. You know? But 18 years down the line. Yeah, so.
Yeah. So Mum looked and thought, 21-year-old, she was 30.
Not like that.
Getting the toy boy.
I used to get ribbed at work. And then when we got engaged really quick, people was like, duh.
So, how long was you together before I come along?
Well, 5 years. I met Dad.
Oh, yeah, he was 21, you was 30.
Yeah, I was 30, 1990. And then I met Dad at the Christmas just before then. And Dad was 21. Then you was born 1995. So I was with Dad like 4 years before you come along.
So there must have been some type of attraction there, guys.
Yeah, we used to have a laugh. Go to places.
Is Mama G going to dye her hair red? I'm 53 on the 28th of March and my hair is bright red. Happy birthday. I feel like 28th of March. We're 2 days late, but happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Send Shane a picture if you can.
Age is just but a number.
Well, that's what your friend said when I saw it, didn't she?
Mum does want to go red. Mum has been red before when I've been younger.
Yeah,
but like a burgundy
done
red,
it. No, bright red. When she done it up the shop.
I feel like I was in secondary school at that point.
No, because remember I had it long and then she cut it and at the back it was like up there like that, wasn't it? Bright red.
Remember when the craze was, it was almost like you had your head shaved at the back, wasn't it?
No, it was just cut into a V at the back. But it was your same hairdresser now. Yeah.
I said to Carly when I went and had mine, I said, you do realise you probably know me half my life.
Yeah, she was chatting when I saw her the other day. She loved you.
I was like, I'm 28 this year, and like I was going to in my secondary school, like 14, 15.
The prom? I said, I still got the dress.
She was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. Besides your current jobs and YouTube, what did you always want to do as a job or a dream job would be?
What
would your dream job be as well? If you could do anything. I know you wanted to be in the police, but if you could do anything in the world.
The police?
I would feel like
Yeah. Because when the police station opposite Nanny's house, when I went down there for a preliminary and I was too short because in them days you had to be 5'4".
And we are short.
Yeah.
I don't think there's heights now on police officers.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Mine is my embalming.
Yeah.
I would be an embalmer. Or I would like to be a restaurant critic that just goes around and eats loads of food. I would love to do that.
Oh, like your teacher at school. He used to take your pictures and send it off to that place, wasn't it? Because he said you will make it big as a chef, didn't he? I won't say his name because he watches this. Yeah.
Imagine if any of my teachers saw me now. Why do you not get another cat? I think it's just the tie.
No, not the tie, because the cats come and go, don't they? An older cat. Maybe when you go, I might get an older cat. Excuse me.
Like a little house cat.
Yeah, but an older one like Morris.
A lot of people ask about Morris. We haven't seen him for ages.
I'll have to go round and see Anne and make sure he's okay.
He's literally like Elvis reincarnated. But you got put on a diet.
Yeah, remember when we first met him?
He was so skinny after.
But when we first met him, he was lovely, wasn't he? He was massive.
Huge tabby cat.
Yeah, we could put a little thing on him walking around like a dog, couldn't we?
Put the lead around
Yeah,
him.
he was massive.
I think if you had an older cat, it might not be so much as a tie, but I personally like, if Mum wants to go out now, she can. I'm at work all day, weekends we're out quite a lot. I'd feel really sad or like neglectful if I had a pet at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I feel
Even though it's a cat, still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no company, is there?
like even with Elvis, he used to knock the window to come in, but I would not go to sleep until he was in.
No, no.
Because
Yeah,
it's
but you
like,
used to dress him up and everything, Shan, didn't you?
he does it.
Morris didn't really like you dressing him up, did he, much?
He would only have a little bow around his neck, that's it.
But Elvis, we just dressed up with anything, didn't we?
And he used to do a thing in the summer.
Well, Elvis.
He'd knock
Yeah.
on the window at night when I used to be in the back room. I'd open the window to let him in. He'd run round the front to Mum.
And knock on my one, innit?
Mum would open the window. He'd run back around to Mum. He'd do that for sometimes 10-15 minutes
Yeah.
of a night.
Yeah.
And you'd literally have to lean through, and as soon as you open, quickly grab him and pull him in.
And bring him in, yeah.
Because otherwise he'd be doing it all night. He thought it was hilarious. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, what is a biggest red flag? So a red flag is like, what is a big warning sign? I take that probably maybe, actually we'll do biggest flag in two situations. Biggest red flag in a friendship. What would you say a biggest red flag is in a friendship?
If you've got a boyfriend and your friend starts getting, you know, if say your boyfriend comes round your house and your friend's single and she comes round and it starts getting not flirty, but you think,
Like too pally-pally?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. My biggest red flag in a friendship would be, it sounds bad, but I would have to test their loyalty. So I would say something to them which wasn't true, which could be seen as gossip. And if that didn't come back to me, then I'd know that I could trust that person.
Oh, I'll see, like Chinese whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas if I heard it come back to me and I knew that they was the only person I told, I know that I can't trust them.
Would you break that friendship straight
If I
away?
can't trust a friend, then there is no friendship.
No, but if that was a long friendship, Shannon, and something, would you still break it off? Yeah.
I feel in life you have friends and you have acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances, but I would count my proper friends on one hand.
Yeah.
Because I would rather keep, they're saying it's like keep your circle small. I'd rather keep my circle small.
What's that thing? Keep your...
Friends thing and enemies closer.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean enemies. Phew.
Yeah, but Shane, it's not really... Your main friends are like men, aren't they?
Yeah, but I've just always got on better
Yeah.
with guys. And I'm quite bolshy.
But you're quite many-fied, aren't you? You know, with your job and that.
I would say with my mannerisms, I could probably be seen as brash.
What, common? But you're outspoken. What, because of that? Yeah.
And like, I always say my toxic trait is, I don't care if you're a man, woman, what race, whatever, I will stand toe to toe with you. Whether you're my height, 6 foot, I don't see, that is a toxic trait of mine. I will stand toe to
always,
toe with
if
someone.
you think you're alright, a bit like Dada, now he's getting older, you will make that point, innit? You know? You wouldn't say, oh yes, that's right, even if you think it's wrong to keep somebody, it's sweet. Yeah.
I'm honest, please, or offend someone. If
Bit like Grandad Legs, won't it?
if I'm asked my opinion, I won't sugarcoat it, but I will always say beforehand, do you want me to be honest? Because if I feel they can't take my honesty,
Don't ask.
I'll be like, no, I don't want to upset you. And I'm very open like that. I'm very point blank. What would you say a biggest red flag is in a relationship? What to you is like a warning sign?
Well, again, if they say, oh, I'll meet you there, blah, blah, and they're not there, and they say, oh, I'm playing golf or whatever, and you find out from someone they weren't at golf. Things fester in your mind, don't they?
So,
honesty. Honesty. Honesty.
Did you say honesty? Honesty.
No, honesty. Yeah, because you've got to be true to each other, haven't you?
That's the thing, like, again, I think my stuff all comes down to, like, loyalty and trust.
Yeah.
And for me, I think a big thing for me...
Why do you feel that then, Shan? Nobody's done the dirty on you, have they?
Well, how do I know?
No, but you mustn't...
Not while I'm aware.
No. So I'm just wondering why you sort of feel that.
I feel...
But God forbid if you was with somebody and you found out they had cheated, I mean...
They would not have a body part left.
Or they wouldn't have a car, I don't think.
I'll go psycho.
Yeah.
It all comes to, like, mutual respect.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think a big thing for me now is, probably sounds silly, but communication. If someone can't interact with you on a daily basis, like on a cheeky, flirty basis and like a serious talk,
yeah.
If you can't have that communication to discuss the serious things in life, but also have fun and have a cheeky flirt,
yeah,
and also your day-to-day chit-chat, if there's no communication, that to me, I'm like, well, how can I be with someone if I can't even say to them, how's your day, without getting bored out of my skull? So mine, I think, is like communication and then like the trust and the loyalty.
Like you could come in sort of, excuse me, like Dad, how's your day been, blah, 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 in the early time, yeah. And then all of a sudden, when I'm wrapping it, you just switch off, put the telly on, watch the sport. Yeah, I told you go, yeah. You know?
But see, you and Dad was very different in communication.
Yeah,
Dad's quiet.
Yeah.
When I come in from work, get a pint of beer and chill.
Yeah.
Whereas Mum's like, how's your day been? And it'd be sometimes like, fats! Just cook the dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
no, not be horrible like that. I'd be in the kitchen.
You just want silence.
Yeah.
But I get that because in my office, obviously being in like plant and hire and like construction and that, you have a phone 24/7 ringing. Sometimes I like to come in and I will literally just sit here, and that's why I read. Yeah. No noise, no music. I just like silence. Because I just like to switch off. Because sometimes I'll come home from work and I'll still hear that ringing in my ears from the freaking phone. And I'll just like to come in and like, even sometimes if Mum comes in, she'll be like, blah, 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 like, Mum, I've got a headache. I'm like, just some tablets, please. And that's like Mum's thing of like, okay. And then like, once my headache's gone or whatever, I'll pop in Mum's room for a chat. But if I have, especially now because it's getting to summer, we have really bright like lights in the office. I do tend to get headaches a lot more because it's like the glare and the screen and the sun.
Yeah, but when it's lighter, you shouldn't need the lights on, should you?
Well, that's what you would think, but
yeah.
Not in our office. I'm with you on this because I thought this would have been brought up a lot more in the news, but it seems to have been brushed under the carpet. What are yours and Mum's views in the Nicola Bully case? Do you think it's weird?
Yes.
There's definitely more to that.
Yes.
And it seems to have gone quiet. I thought that after them finding her, I thought there would be like, it would be daily in the news, like updates, investigation, I
think they've had her funeral, haven't they? Because there was no media or something. Somebody was told the media not to be there. Yeah.
But I still think.
So did she drown then? Is that the conclusion?
Well, I don't know, because there's never been like a story or like a conclusion to it.
So if they're saying she's drowned, there's no foul play, they think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe behind the scenes there's a big investigation going on with the police as to how they dealt with it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was brought up, like the handling of it.
Well, there's a thing on tonight which is going to be very hard for me to watch, and both of them at once. On Channel 4, it's 9 till 10, these men and their colleague, it's called Missing, and they look into people that are missing, and he was on the TV the other day, and he says sometimes we find people and they don't want to be found to their family, but we just have to say to their family, we found them, they want to be left alone, but they're fine, but we must tell them that they're okay. We say to them, do you want us to let your family know you're alive? Or something like that, you know?
You're doing.
There's a little bit of fluff on your hair.
Mm.
You know?
My eczema's playing up in my scalp at the minute. I think, maybe whether it be this year, next year, I think something else is going to come up with that.
Mm.
I have a feeling it just seemed, I don't know.
What, cut and shut?
Yeah, and like the fact, like the bench was never cornered off for like forensics.
No.
Surely, if that's the last place someone was seen,
you would have thought if she's gone in there, that dog would have jumped in with her.
Well, that's the thing, or the dog would alert, like a pet does not leave.
Bark, 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 and all that, isn't it?
I know, very, very strange. Would you consider entering a cooking competition on TV? I'd love to do Come Dine With Me.
You would, but I don't think I would. Well, mind you, I used to do a mean chilli, didn't I? Or bolognese.
Would you
It was the signature dishes, wasn't it? Because I was doing all right with the Hello Fresh, wasn't I?
Mum actually really enjoyed the Hello Fresh dishes. Yeah. Would you do like British Bake Off?
I'd give it a go.
I mean, I can't talk. We don't have a great track record. The one time that the pie actually like turned out good and the oven blew up on us.
That pie was nice.
I think the best thing that we've cooked this year is them creamy croissants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because there's literally no bacon. It's an air fryer doing my work. But hopefully, then when we get the new oven, the cakes and everything won't be too crispy on the top. We should get better Bake With Me videos.
Yeah, well, you'll have to. You know, we used to leave them in a long time to get them cooked. Now, probably
hopefully we should be okay.
Minutes, but the man's going to show you how to operate it, isn't he?
Well, it's only an oven.
Yeah.
Just turn the...
No, but when they come in, they give you the... Yeah, he gets it going. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to quickly go and get a drink because I've realised I haven't got a drink. And then we shall get in because there's plenty more and there's funny ones coming.
Oh,
I like this. Can you and Mum do a branded versus unbranded video? That is actually penciled in for summer.
Oh.
I've got that penciled in for about June time because I think June there'll be a bigger variety that we can like try against.
What do they mean, clothes or food?
Food. So say try like a Tesco value pot noodle to a proper pot noodle.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Aldi's chocolate digestives to a McVitie's.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That is in there for the summer, guys. What would be your 3-course last meal on death row? I think we had this last time, but I can't. I mean, I'm probably saying a very different thing to my last one.
Yeah, I can't remember what's it.
What would you have, so if it was your last meal?
I know, it sounds old fashioned, but I'd like a nice prawn cocktail.
And
I think I'd divert a nice cottage pie and a cheesecake.
Mine would be...
Because last time I think it was sushi or whatever or something, wasn't it?
I would have a camembert to start. Cheese and bread, yes please. I'd have a ribeye steak, rare, peppercorn sauce, onion rings, chips, truffle mac and cheese and cream spinach. And then my dessert,
because we had that the other day.
I think I'd go for like a nice fruit crumble and custard.
Oh.
Very nice. That's what I would go for.
Oh,
I like... Love you both. What is your fave body part on a man? Oh,
teeth. I'd say it's teeth.
Really?
I do like the teeth for Dad. And
Oh,
I
you
do
like the gap?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And obviously a nice smile to
Compliment the teeth.
Yeah, when they go and they've got a ding.
Mine.
What's yours then?
For me,
Pass me a tissue, please.
I'm trying to think. I think eyes are a big part.
Eyes,
You gotta have nice eyes.
Yeah.
But I like big arms, like broad shoulders.
Yeah. So you want somebody muscly that can lift you up and spin you around.
No, you don't have to necessarily be muscly, but just like
stick.
broad.
Yeah.
I think because I'm little,
And I like tattoos as well.
yeah, tattoos are like
Yeah.
my key thing.
And I think really my ideal, if I was younger,
And big legs.
No,
Like sturdy legs.
no. I think if I was younger, I don't know whether you can get a man like this.
Just order one.
No. About 6 foot, 6'2", very muscly, a bald head. I'd say when I was young an earring, but not now, and quite a few tattoos.
With a gap in their tooth.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's anyone that matches that description,
even more if you've got a bald head or not much hair, isn't it? But that's when I was younger. But I think, I'm not sure now, if somebody sort of smiled and they had nice teeth, then. But very strange now because of my age, isn't it?
I do like a broadness.
Yeah.
And I like big legs.
Oh, right.
Like strong legs. Because I have quite...
Well, like rugby men's legs.
Because I have like quite thick thighs, let's just say. And sometimes if a man's legs are slightly thinner, like I would feel like I was always the chubbier one. Or like my legs shouldn't be bigger than a guy's. Just the way my mind ticks. So I think if someone had bigger things than me, I wouldn't feel... And hands. Big hands.
Big hands, just hands.
I don't know why. Again, I think because I'm quite petite, I just like everything big.
So you want to feel when you meet a man, if he's like that, when he cuddles
like
you,
to enclose you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that could probably stem from like my childhood because like my granddads were quite big and they'd always give me hugs and my uncles are big.
Yeah, yeah, uncles, all right.
They're all like quite big and yeah. Oh, I like that one. That was a good one. If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be?
People to be more tolerant.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I know it's so cliche, like,
yeah,
spread kindness and that, but just get rid of the negativity.
Because there's a lot of that about sometimes, isn't there?
Like, how could you do that? No judgment in the world. I don't feel anyone has the right to judge another person's life unless you've walked in their shoes.
Oh. And
no judgment.
And it's not very kind to say to somebody, if you don't really know them, you shouldn't be doing that, or you shouldn't...
You can give an opinion without being rude.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't...
It's not nice being awkward to people, is it?
We don't stand for that over here. Like, one thing I detest in this world is bullies. Because I'm like, nah, not happening on my watch.
No, but do you know the saying, a bit like something that happened, if you've been bullied, you will go
on to bully.
Yeah, but you need to break that cycle, don't you? Just because you've been bullied or whatever, don't think it's in your mind and pass it on.
It just goes on and on and
yeah,
on.
Yeah. If you can, if possible, break the cycle.
What is your favourite type of food and why? My favourite type?
Anything bad for me. Potatoes, bread, fish.
Carbs.
My
favourite type of food?
Crisps I love, don't I?
I would probably say like a one pot wonder. Where you
chuck it
all in,
yeah.
Leave it be. Leave it be.
Yeah.
Like a stew, a casserole, a soup.
What, put it all on the top or in the oven?
Just leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it be, leave it be. Someone says, love your relationship. Do you and Mama G ever argue? We haven't had a major ding dong. When we have a ding dong though, we have a ding dong. Because you got to think it's a Gemini and a Leo. Leo's a headstrong. Gemini's like 1 minute I'm fine and then I'm like doo-doo.
Leo's headstrong.
We're a lion. You want to be the leader.
No, but I thought Leo was kind and everything like that.
Yeah, but Leos are like headstrong as well.
Oh.
When we go, but we ain't gone for ages.
No, the last time was when I tried to drag you through the bathroom, wasn't it? By your arm. Oh God, that must have been 4 or 5 years now, hasn't it?
It's been ages since we've had a proper, like we have a bicker.
Or we have like a, you know, if
crosswords.
No,
like,
the time of the month, isn't it? If you say something to me and the way you say it, sometimes I think, then I just have to think.
And Mum will walk away and say it under her breath. And I said this in the last mukbang.
Yeah.
I can hear everything.
Yeah.
And I will pull Mum out. I'll be like, what was that?
Yeah.
And she'll either say nothing or she'll be like, she'll repeat it. And I'm like, why'd you not say it to my face? But we haven't had like a proper showdown. Like storming out and all that.
No, because what does it prove?
Right, I've had plenty of them with Dada. Me and Dada like clash. Because we're stubborn.
Well, I wouldn't say, Shan, you've had major.
We didn't speak for over 5 years.
Was it that long?
I was 21 when I stopped speaking to Dada.
And all because of some silly not male chauvinist. You was a Gemini, he was a Gemini. It got out of hand and none of you would give in, wasn't it?
And the only reason it gave him was because when the neighbour next door had a Barney with Mum and I come home and I was screaming like a hooligan in the street, that my dad come down in the works van. And that was the first time we saw each other in about 5.5 years.
Oh yeah, because he had the roll up, didn't he? And he wanted to ask you if you could smoke in your bedroom. But that sort of broke the ice a bit, didn't it?
Because he heard me on the background of the phone and said to Mum, who's that? And Mum was like, that's your daughter.
And he said, I'm coming down.
Parked the works van on the side of a grass verge. Imagine if we got a parking ticket.
Well, he said you would have had to pay.
I didn't ask him to come down.
No.
And first thing I said when he walked in, I went, my God, you look old. You look like Grandad. Mum was like crying. Oh.
No, well, only when he left, when he
Thinking
kissed you goodbye.
I think he was going to have this emotional reunion. I was like, yeah, tell her.
No, because when you said, he said, oh, I'm going now then, and you went, oh, see you later, he sort of bent in, didn't I? And I had the shopping, I said, right,
I just saw Mum's eyes and I was like, oh, pull yourself together, woman.
No, but...
I was like, I'm not the little 21-year-old that you last saw.
No, but obviously, Shan, he doesn't realise you're like that, but you're still his child.
I think he thought, because he said to me, where the hell has this come from? Like, what the hell has happened to you? I was like, I am not a walkover. And hence, this is what happens when someone thinks they can try and walk over me or Mum. Mum's making it, I'm going to get you a bib. Yeah. I'm going to get you one of them bibs, you know, like what the babes have with the little tray underneath.
What,
so he catches them. No. But yeah, I'll say I have more clashes with Dada than you. Like, I can clash with Dada on a weekend. If, say, football's playing, because Newcastle had their final or whatever, I mean, I think they're 5th in the table last time.
Oh, they've slipped a bit then. Oh, dear.
He called, he'd had a good skinful. It was my mother nature. I was trying to brush my teeth so I couldn't talk. He thought I was being rude and I was like, right, beep. I went through him, I was like, I'm not speaking to da-da-da-da. Mum was like, oh, here we go again. So me and him will clash more than me and Mum.
And it's more when he's had a skinful, isn't it? All the time of day, isn't it?
I'm just like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Cannot be bothered. But yeah, me and
Mum.
But
he's not one, Shane, because he's grown up with being boys with Grandad. He's not had sort of cuddles and love shown to him. Well, probably love in gifts. But it's hard for him to reciprocate it to you, isn't it? Because you want to think, excuse me, viewers, when you was growing up, you never wanted for nothing, did you? You know?
But he was quite... I would say he was a wimp with me growing up. Like, I can remember him like picking me up and cuddling me as a little. It'd be normally like, what toy do you want? I'd be like, top shelf.
Yeah, or the Christmases, isn't it? As you got older.
Who would actually go Christmas shopping then?
No, when we went to the thing and I said, you have one expensive or the other. And I was with my friend and he called and said, no, you don't. You go in and you get that. And she has that, that and that. So
I got my first phone for having a thing in hospital because they thought I had appendicitis and actually I had constipation. But I got a new phone out of that. I think I was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's only like the old, like, you know, like big
Nokia things, isn't it?
With snake on.
Yeah.
But Mum couldn't come in the room with me because I was hysterical. So he had to come in. And I always remember the guy's name was George and he had long curly hair and we called him George of the Jungle. I always remember that.
Oh my God, you got a good memory.
Always remember that. And then I think it was like the next day we went car phone warehouse and I had my phone.
Yeah. And you was the first one in your class or whatever at 10 years old to have a laptop, wasn't it?
But that was actually for school. That was a good investment.
Yeah, but we come back and had a ding dong, wasn't it?
That was a big ding dong.
So you knew what you was getting for Christmas, wasn't it?
That was it. Christmas was out the window that year. Christmas out the window. And I remember my pink PSP.
Yeah, but you had another phone. You had a phone as well for that. And I said you have one or the other. And Dad said, no, you can have one.
And I didn't want the normal PSP. I didn't want the black or white one. I wanted the pink one that come with the pink CD disc in it. Because I used to love pink growing up.
Still got that, haven't you?
I've still got it. I still sometimes play Grand Theft Auto on it.
It was expensive.
But it still works. It still charges and everything. But yeah, rolling on to that. Money, no worries. What's the one thing you would love to buy? So if you had no worries in the world with money, what was the one thing that you would want to buy?
Oh, that's a hard question, isn't it? Probably a new body. If I look like this, I don't know.
Sensible answer would be if there was no money, a house.
Yeah, yeah.
Like whatever house you wanted. Realistically, what would I want to buy? I'm surprised you didn't say like a Van Gogh painting or something. After the weekend when we were just thinking.
No. Oh, bless him. Oh.
If money was no object, what would I buy? Apart from like a house, which I think is the most sensible. Like a house and a car are the most.
Yeah. That would be the first thing if we won the lottery, wouldn't it?
I'd buy something from Tiffany. I'd buy like a really nice diamond.
Oh, would you? Yeah.
Mine would be a diamond.
I would like to go to a nice, really, you know, where the celebrities just pop in. I'd like to go to a nice restaurant and just be casual dressed.
I'll just pop into like a 5-star meal. Like you could see Mum like Burj Al Khalifa in Dubai or something, rocking up with her like
little moccasins on. Yeah. Hello, table for one. Yes, please.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
How are you both finding the cost of living crisis?
Well, it's not very good, is it?
The big change for us is the heating.
Yeah.
We have it on most nights still, just to take the chill off when I have the bath weather. The only difference is we don't have it on in the mornings anymore. I miss it in the mornings. Sometimes you wake up and I'm like... Phew.
But I had said to you can have it on, didn't I?
But we put it... I put my...
little grey blanket on, innit?
My fleece or a dressing gown on. In terms of the cost of living, I think... It's just like where we might say have chicken shop 2 or 3 times a week before, we have chicken shop maybe once a fortnight. Yeah. We've reined bits in like that, and with the food shop, we're trying to utilise more what's in the cupboard and do like things that we can bulk cook. So if we're doing a spag bowl, we will literally get a big batch and that'll do us 3 nights.
Yeah, and put it in the freezer, innit?
And like stuff that where you can do it, put it in the freezer, like put it in the microwave to reheat instead of putting the oven on to cook, and use the air fryer a bit more as opposed to the oven.
Mind you, the air fryer, it's done good, isn't it, since they do it?
I mean, since we've not had the oven, we have actually had to use it for some bits and bobs, but it's been going good.
Yeah.
I think it's all just about... It's just moderation. Like, obviously, an oven going is the last thing that you need. Like, a big appliance like that is just, like, hassle. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as... Imagine if, like, the fridge freezer had gone. Touch wood, it blooming doesn't.
Yeah.
But, like, you'd have all your food in there that you need to get quickly sorted out. At least an oven, there's nothing stored in it.
No.
So there's no spoilages.
And did your viewers know oh, look, we've had it 11 years just gone, isn't it?
11, 12 years. I think. Mum said in the thing 11 years.
Yeah.
So it hasn't done too bad.
No.
But I think it's just about reining in. As I say, the biggest change for us is not having the heating on in the mornings.
Yeah.
But sometimes we put it on in the weekend in the morning if it's a bit cold, just to take
only
a
for
chill
a couple of hours, isn't it? But sometimes we're out, aren't we?
It's a little treat. A little treat.
But evidently the gas price has dropped right down. So this winter, where people have not been having it on much because of the bill, they might be able to have it on because the gas, Martin Lewis said, has gone right down, the price.
Yeah, will that get reflected to us?
Yeah.
No question, just to say you guys are great. Shannon, you're a natural. Thank you. Another one. Were your mum and dad ever married? No. No.
I wanted, we was going to before we had Shan, but my dad sort of took over a bit and Dad said, oh, we'll hang on a bit then. And Shannon come along, we didn't.
Sorry to hear about the neighbour. Awful. What colour hair are you going for next? So my hair next is going to kind of go back to what I call basic for my holiday. But the autumn colour is going to be bolder than ever.
Oh, no, don't say. Oh, no, alright, cut that hair then.
My autumn hair colour is going to be bolder than ever. Mum's, we're still toying. Is it going to be red or chocolate brown? We shall see. We shall
It's so
see.
long, isn't it?
We'll give a little chop up on that. We shall see.
I wouldn't mind having it washed like this and just say to your hairdresser, right, cut that off and I'm going to send that off to the little children for the wigs.
Yeah.
Just cut these dead ends off. Because I've got to cut Dad's hair tomorrow and 3 or 4 times a year.
God.
There's enough in that thing, Sham, to send off.
Maybe do it. You could have it for like a toupee. I'm sure there's if you can send it for wigs for kids, can you not send it for like bald men?
No,
There's got to be a way, surely.
Dad would be out and say to someone, that's my hair you got on your head.
What's this? What is Mama G's full name? Well, we won't give full name because that's data protection, but Mum's actual name is Golda. Golda Denise.
Yeah.
Goldie, Gold, Fats,
Good.
Hugo.
Good.
all the nicknames.
Stunning. I don't think so.
All the nicknames though. I like this one. Have you ever watched Gavin and Stacey or The Royal Family? Both classics. Love you both. Mwah. Love you lots. And The Royal Family, God, we used to love that.
When you were smaller, wasn't it?
Say you can't get rid of dreams anymore.
I like the thing where the thing.
Number 5. Oh my God, when they're decorating.
Yeah.
That is an iconic scene.
That man is he's still alive, the man with the beard. And Sue Johnson, because he's doing something with Sue Johnson. I'll see it on the telly the other day.
I don't know if you've ever seen Gavin and Stacey.
That's with Larry Lamb, isn't it?
The Welsh couple and James Corden and that.
And the one who speaks like that, and she had that little boy, wasn't it?
My family.
No, what's her name?
Ruth Jones.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, you might have seen bits on. I don't think you've watched it religiously, like the series.
No.
I did. I love Gavin and Stacey.
Oh, right.
I love Gavin and Stacey. They are classics. But like I grew up, like Only Fools and Horses, Keeping Up Appearances, 40 Towers.
Alvida Design.
Alvida Design, Pet Bottom, The Young Ones.
Oh, yeah.
Desmond's. Everything.
Oh, Desmond's was lovely, wasn't it?
Love Desmond's.
Pork pie.
On the buses.
Yeah.
Loved all of that.
Did you like Dad's Army? Or did you not?
I've never seen Dad's Army.
Right, then. Oh.
As much as I love Mr. Bean, I could never get into Blackadder.
No, we like Mr. Bean though, don't we?
Yeah, I could never get into Blackadder though. Strange one, that's strange.
Because I think that's something you got to be in that mindset to like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't
get
to grips with that. Cannon's flashing. Let me change the background. We'll be right back. You know what you learn? I'm like, are you on the wrong? I think you're better. Right. Let's have a look. It's on. It won't drop. What are your first childhood memories you can remember? See, that's hard because a lot of my childhood, I don't know if it's from what I remember, like actually remember, or whether it's from the videos I've seen. Because my childhood was always videoed or photographed.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be like, it's probably like from photographs, like going to France. I actually do remember going to France.
What, on the boat? Where you disappeared?
Went off for a little venture.
Panic stations, weren't it?
I was a traveller even at like 2 years old.
One minute you was there with Grandad at the one-armed bandit. The next thing, you'd gone. Oh, don't bear thinking about it, does it? What's my earliest memory? Maybe when my sister come along, I suppose.
Yeah.
Trying to push her out the frame. And then running out. No! Naughty girl!
So you tried to push her out of the pram.
Yeah.
And Dada's brothers tried to smash him on the head with a brick.
What, Dad? Yeah. That's what happens with sibling rivalry
I don't have that.
when you've been the oldest, isn't it?
The youngest.
The youngest, and somebody else
You
comes
didn't want
along.
another baby.
No.
Right. I like this. Question for you both. I'm really wanting to change up my style. All I live in, leggings, jeggings, baggy tops. I'm losing weight and going to the gym, and I'm starting to see my body is changing in a positive way. I want to change how I dress, but all I see is the bigger girl I was over a year ago. I've lost over 2 stone and continuing to lose inches mainly off my waist.
Good.
So for me, congratulations.
Yeah.
You can still wear your baggy tops, your leggings, your jeggings, whatever you feel comfortable in. I would accessorise with putting a belt round.
To emphasise your weight loss on your waist.
So you can
Yeah.
show your waist.
Yeah. Well done, whoever you are.
Jumpsuits, I think, are really good key pieces.
Yeah.
I love a jumpsuit. Also, maybe like a mid-axi dress. Something that maybe like a bodycon shape style. To emphasise the loss of the waist.
That's good, 2 stone, and she's still losing.
Still losing.
Thumbs up to you.
Another one.
Push that over, Shane, because I'm thinking that's going to
It's not going to tip.
Oh, okay.
Kind of relates to a question earlier, but do you think you and Mama G will get another cat or kitten? As it would be lovely for you both, and there's so much company. I think we would like to.
Yeah.
If I worked from home completely, we'd have a cat. I just feel guilty if we was to swan off out one weekend and leave the cat here.
Yeah.
And then the other part is, do you think Mama G will manage when you move out?
No.
Well, you do fine when I go to the log cabins and I go abroad.
You're away, Shane, you don't see me.
But you know I'm coming back.
It's going to be very strange when you do go, because I'll sit in my bedroom and I'll look at the time and I'll think, oh, she'll be whizzing in soon. And then I'll be thinking, oh, she must be stuck in traffic. And then I'll think,
She'll call me and I'll be like, Mum, I'm home.
yeah, and I'll be thinking, oh, she doesn't live here no more, does she? It's going to be very strange. But hopefully it will be near.
Okay. If not, Mum will have to start driving again.
Well, I can drive, Shan.
I haven't driven for years.
Oh, but I can drive.
Debatable. You have a licence.
I've got a licence, yeah. Do you think I need to renew mine just in case I need to do your car, don't I?
You do have to renew because they are cracking down on the licences.
I think Dada said it's next year, 24.
What, yours and his?
Yeah.
I've got to
Because
do mine
last
this
time
year.
I think we went to the booth.
Well, I've just renewed my passport and I'd done it and got it back within 2 weeks.
2 weeks, very good, wasn't it?
And I was thinking that I'm going to get stuck with the strike.
I was just thinking, Shan, maybe you should have waited, but knowing sod's law.
I'd rather lose that 6 months than not.
Have you lost some on it then?
Well, yeah, because it's March. So it's March, April, May, June, July, August. I've lost 6 months on it.
Oh, they won't put it to August this year, the date?
No.
Oh.
So it's gone to March.
Oh.
My one currently expired. My old one expired August. Obviously, I travelled September. So I needed to get it done.
Yeah, but couldn't you have gone 3 months before then? Or did you risk not getting it back?
Well, they say that it takes on average 10 weeks. So say 3 months.
What,
so
for a passport?
That's what they say, obviously, just to
how
cover.
come yours was 2 weeks then?
Well, no, some people say it's like 2 weeks to 10 weeks. But
right.
knowing my luck, I think with all the hassle last year with travel, I just know that my passport wouldn't turn up.
Right.
And then I'd end up having to go into London and pay like 300 quid for a same-day parcel.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought I'd rather get it done.
Yeah.
And I know it's done. I've lost 6 months on it, hey-ho.
Yeah.
Now I've got that done, I can renew my licence because I needed my passport number so that they could get the picture to renew my licence. So I will be renewing my licence this year.
Does that run out in May?
June.
Oh, right.
This year I've been driving 10 years. Can you believe that? I've had Bug 10 years. She's my first and only car still. People, when they say, oh, what's that? I'm like, she's my first car. They're like, what? I'm like, I've been driving a decade and she's still my first car.
And what is it? You've been starting now 10 years. When you got it, it was 25, and it's only just gone just over 70, hasn't it?
I could say she's like the same car. You know, like when Trigger says it's the same broom, but it's had like 4 new handles and 5 things. Mine is the same car, but she's had a new gearbox, a new clutch.
But that's
she hasn't had too much.
No.
She's only started to have a few things like the past year, I'd say.
Apart from, you know, normal things, tyres, isn't it?
Oh, when I used to work in the old construction place, I was always popping tyres down on the landfills.
But you've only had 1 set of brake pads. You've had 2...
I think my brake pads might be on the way.
Yeah, 2 or 3... what's that thing they do with...
Wishbones.
No, not that.
Suspension?
No.
Indicator?
No, Shannon, I'll remember it in a minute.
I ain't had too much of that on her.
No.
Last year she was expensive. I had to have gearbox and clutch. But
would you get a car for that price?
Well, she had a battery a couple of years ago, and then her battery's only been renewed the beginning of this year because it was still under warranty. Literally,
good, just.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks difference in it. So she's got a new battery. So I'm thinking I've at least got another 3 to 5 years out of her.
Yeah.
And I will literally just run her into the ground now. Because I wouldn't want to trade her in and get insulted with a price. So I'd rather just...
She's very reliable, isn't she? I go out there, I defrost her, you go out, it's warm. You get in, off you go.
And she's cheap and cheerful, guys. She's 30 quid a year road tax.
Yeah. Which you ain't really paid much in 10 years, Shannon, have you? I think that the last 2 years, you've only paid, didn't you? Again.
When I got my car, you know, between Mum, Dada and Nam, and then me. That would actually normally be an Easter present. Because my taxi's due end of May.
Yeah.
After my birthday.
July or something, innit? Like that.
Was it July?
MOT's June.
Oh, my MOT used to be my Easter gift.
Yeah. And then July is the tax.
But I'm going to run her in. But going back to the question, will Mum manage when I'm with that? You manage when I'm abroad.
Yeah. It would be a bit
You
strange.
said, what was it with Dominican? You said you was fine the first week. And then you started getting a bit bored.
But I look forward to the times when you said, make sure you're at Dad's because I'll be zooming in. Or what's it called?
FaceTime.
FaceTime, yeah.
She was still fascinated that she could see me on the screen.
But it all depends where you live, Shan, doesn't it? Well, hopefully it won't be too far. But there again, you even if it is a little bus ride, I've still got to learn that's your home. Not to just turn up or ring you and say, oh, I'm coming round. I don't think I will.
That is the thing that I think you would be guilty of.
I won't just turn up, Shane. Maybe.
I can imagine sitting on the sofa chilling. And I'm thinking, what's that? No, you. It's only me! Oh,
No, I wouldn't be like that. I'd call you first. But...
Are you doing anything? No, I'm popping round.
No, I wouldn't be like that. But if I hadn't heard from you, say, for 2 or 3 days, because you know, like, you come home here every night, if I hadn't heard from you, I might call you and say, hiya, it's only me, everything all right, you okay?
I think we'd speak every day, because we spoke to Nanny Golda every day, didn't we?
Yeah, but that's the way I was with Nan.
Every night, we're coming from school, and we'd call Nan and Grandad of an evening.
But what about if Dad was at home and he used to be asleep? Granddad always used to call you
when he got to sleep.
And best would be Dad, and all of a sudden, ding, ding, hello, my darling. And Dad would go,
just got off.
You're bleeding, Granddad. But what happened?
Hi, Granddad.
But when he passed, Dad was really sad, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a love-hate thing with Dada and my stepdad. Well, my
I can't
dad.
remember them ever having like ding-dongs though.
Oh, God, no.
But it would be like banter.
Yeah.
Like if I went to Dada and said, can I have some chips? No, you've just eaten your dinner. What's that, princess? Go and get your chips and get me a bowl of Welks as well. And I go over to the thing and Dad would just sit there like, okay. And like if we got to our social club, because I used to go to a social club nearly every weekend when I was little, and if we pulled in and the car was already there, Dad would be like, oh, he's here. He'd lift me up at the window and he'd always be in the same bit and I'd be like, bang, bang, bang on the window.
And Granddad would be there, wouldn't he?
Come on. I'd be like running in. You just get stopped by the doorman. I just used to run through. I would love to go back to that area to see how it's changed.
What, the club? Yeah.
Because I remember when he passed, I don't think it was like within a month, we went and his chair had gone.
Yeah.
I was like, that was my
Didn't go
granddad's
back,
chair
did it?
for like years. Aye. Oh, one of my lovelies says, I wish I could drop around and have a drinky poo with Mama G and you, lovely. I would love for her to have a makeover. We can plan that. Yep. She has such a beautiful soul and worry about her when you do move out. She will miss you dreadfully. And then she sent us a photo and said 65 years young. You go, girl.
Oh my God, is that one of your viewers?
Yeah.
You are
rocking.
You are stunning, lady. Red hat.
I love the leather jacket.
Yeah, but look,
Rocking
she's got
it.
red leggings. Is she at a festival?
I would assume so, maybe.
Yeah. You look stunning, lady, for 60. What's she?
65 years young.
Yeah, 60. You look stunning. What's her name?
Sherry.
You look stunning, Sherry. Sherry, if you're watching this,
Sherry
you
or
look stunning.
Cherie. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. Sherry or Cherie? You'll have to tell me via message or email.
Yeah, if we say the wrong name. How do you spell it then?
S-H-E-R-E-E. Cherie, Sherry.
S-H-E-R-R.
Depends if it's got like an Irish twang.
Yeah.
How it's said.
Yeah.
You can let me know.
Let us
if
know.
I said it wrong, I do apologise.
Yeah. You look stunning, Cherie.
But I get a lot of people saying, oh, I'd love to like just pop round and have a drinky poo.
Oh.
Imagine if like we could hire out like a social club.
Yeah.
And I would
For
just be
your
like,
viewers.
this is the address. We'll all go and have a good drink.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something like that.
Well, when we get the numbers, your viewers, we will be there.
And then we have one from a very, very dear friend who you actually pronounce her name right all the time. And she says, know you love to travel. What is the country you dream to go to?
Well, me? Well, when I get a passport, is it Rosina? Yeah. If I had a passport, Rosina, I'd like to go somewhere warm.
Graceland.
Me and
We
you
would have
could
to
go
do that.
together. Yeah.
If he dropped the thing of you had to be jabbed, we could so go to America.
And if I had a passport, innit?
Mine would be like Bora Bora, an overwater hut. Which on I will be telling you in Easter where I've booked for my holiday next year, but the one where I was saying like, where do you think I'm going for my 30th? Some people guessed it, some people weren't far off. I think I must just ooze this for my 30th. But I'm not all about paying 20 grand, I'm not gonna lie. I need to like either get a pen pal or someone to go with me so I can half it.
What, the thing with the
my 30th.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't say where it is.
No, I won't.
Because if that, can you imagine the vlogs on that? The vlogs if I went there for my 30th would be
very good.
Epic.
Yes.
And what is the most important thing to Mama G?
You.
Ah. Right, it wasn't the battery that failed. I actually run out of memory, so I don't actually quite know because I was rabbiting away. But if it was the dream country to go to, Mum said, pardon me, somewhere hot. And I was saying about my 30th would be like the ultimate vlogs.
Yeah.
And Mum said the most important thing to her was me.
Yeah.
So if we was both on a desert island and 2 foods, what would you be? Mum said wine for her first one.
Yeah, and I would like maybe a nice bit of pie and mash.
See, mine, I would go for like watermelon. If I'm on a desert island, I need hydration.
Yeah.
And
Because you're thinking it's going to be hot.
Peri chips.
Oh,
Peri chips.
Well, that would make you hotter, Shan, wouldn't
You've
it?
got carbs and fruit. It's a good balance of both. Right, one of my lovely says, I have a question. What would you most like to accomplish in this lifetime? Kind of deep, I know. What would I like to accomplish in this lifetime? Buying a house.
Just be successful and happy at what you do, innit?
Buying a
And
house.
not the dream, but your achievement to buy your house that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, probably Mum's thing to accomplish in her life was a mother.
Yes, that's the main thing. And which
yet
I've
we're-
been blessed.
And yet we're so polar opposite. Like, we speak about it in vlogs and question things before. Like, that was all Mum wanted to be when she left school.
Mm.
I didn't have that same... I don't know why. And it's weird because now, when you get to like your late 20s, I can't believe I say late 20s. I'm closer to 30 than I am my 20s. That scares me. But because like from the late 20s is when like people like really like grow up and settle down, or like
Yeah.
either someone's moving out or someone's getting engaged or someone's having a baby. And I'm just the one kind of like the reckless aunt. I'm like, I just want to get a plane somewhere. Like I looked, guys, this week to fly off to Dublin for 24 hours.
Yeah, you told me, didn't you?
I said to Mum, I found a return flight for 40 quid. I leave the airport at 6 a.m. and you pick me up at 1 a.m. the next morning. Just go to Dublin for 24 hours.
Mm.
Obviously, you can't do that if you have a child because there is commitments.
Mm.
And I couldn't just say to Mum, yeah, Mum, look after the little one, will you please? I'm like going jet setting for 24 hours. Because you have responsibilities. And I feel, maybe I just don't want responsibilities. Obviously, you have responsibilities growing up, like the running of a house and your bills is a responsibility. The running of my car and like looking after my car and fueling, tax, insurance, all that. They're like life responsibilities.
But I feel like, Shan, you have changed financially over the last 3 years. I mean, when you started working, it was like money was no object, wasn't it? And then you seem to go through another phase as you got a bit older, looking at your things now, thinking, oh, I don't really need that. But you say to me, Mum, I'm not going to commit myself to put that, and that. If I want to buy that, I'll buy it. And if I have that left at the end of the month, that will go in the fund.
I'm not as impulsive with my purchases.
No.
Like, don't get me wrong, I will still go in and be like a
By
kid
the
in a
way.
sweet shop in Primark.
Well, you could have bought that thing the weekend, couldn't you?
Mm.
But you was very good, weren't you?
I could have bought 3.
Yeah.
But I've done good.
Yeah.
When it comes to like bigger things, I kind of consider them more. Like I will always remember I got a really good payday when I was in retail on commission. And I had a list of what I wanted. And Mum popped down to House of Fraser with me, and in one shopping spree it was 1,200 quid. When you had to come to the shop with the bags and the perfumes.
Oh, that's when I had the slippers on, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that for me was like a good shopping day. That was in one shop. I couldn't, but saying that, part of me misses that. Because I think now I'm in a financial situation where I could do that. I could just go out.
But it seems
But
like
I
it's
think
gone
a
full
bit
round.
more.
Yeah, because you're getting more of an adult, aren't you?
I think a bit more and I think, well,
Do you need that or do you want it, innit?
yeah,
Or is
or
that
I
the way?
feel like, oh, well, I'll look if I have my eye on something for a few months, then I know like the things that we saw when we was in London at the weekend, I've had my eye on them since my birthday last year.
Hmm.
So I know that I want them. I might treat myself to one, but now I think as I've got older, I would rather put my money, as long as I have one nice treat a year, like a treat for me every winter, I like a new pair of boots and a coat.
Yeah.
That is my thing regardless for winter. But I now look to put my money in travels and
You want
memory
to see
days
the world,
out
don't you?
and theatre tickets and
Yeah.
going to a hotel, and like the cost of, so the holiday I just had gone Dominican, Jamaica, and my holiday for next year, them alone could be a deposit for a house.
Yeah.
If you add in what I want for my 30th,
That's without your spends.
yeah. If you add in what I want for my 30th,
That's definitely a deposit.
like, but for me, I'd rather be out and see the world and have the memories.
Enjoy yourself, yeah.
So I do have splurges every now and then, but I would say I'm a lot more controlled.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a lot more controlled. My big thing in this life, though, I would like to accomplish owning my own home.
Oh, then we'll try. We'll see where we go.
To be like, yeah. Or, I'll tell you something that I could, and I'm on my way to it, visit every Caribbean island.
Yeah, well, you're doing well, Shan.
What was it?
Doing
We
well.
worked it out. But if I went to a Caribbean island every year now until I was 35, I'll have completed all the Caribbean islands.
Well, that's good then.
So I could accomplish that
Yeah.
in my life. We shall see.
We'll keep doing it.
Let's have a look. Right. What's the weirdest food combo you enjoy? Oh.
Well, I like tartar with a lot of things, don't I?
Oh, yeah. I don't understand why you do that. Oh, no.
Because I like it, Shannon. I did last night. What did we have last night?
We had gammon.
Yeah,
Gammon, egg and chips.
Yeah. Tartars with fish, isn't it?
Oh.
I had a good... Mind you, that tartar
I had mustard with mine.
wasn't as nice as the normal ones, but that's £2.50 a bottle, so it's a supplement.
I'd probably say my weird one is I like basmati rice pouring with gravy on them. Rice and gravy. I love that. Or just a cup of gravy. I get a lot of looks in work if I go and they're like, why are you mixing gravy?
Or sometimes you say to me, not now, boil the potatoes, mashed potatoes with gravy on, isn't it?
Well, that's not a thing, is it? Tetties and gravy. Rice and gravy is weird, I think.
Oh, right.
What's your favourite things about yourself?
My one is I'm just nutty. Ooh. What'd you say is favourite thing about me then? I've got a good sense of humour, haven't I?
Yeah. I think mine is probably like my upfrontness.
Yeah.
It probably sounds very like unattractive that, but I have a no F's attitude given. You can tell that by the dress sense. Mum cares about how people perceive her look. I couldn't give two flying hoops.
Yeah.
If I like it and I enjoy wearing it, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my the way I hold myself, I think I hold myself quite well. No matter what the situation, whether I need to stand up for myself, be quiet, be ladylike, be polite, like I think I can hold myself well with plenty of situations.
Yeah, but Shannon, you don't let people walk over you, do you?
Absolutely
and as I said, if you think that there's an issue or something's been said and somebody's whatever to you, you will say, excuse me, no, that's not right, blah, blah, blah.
I do, I can't beat around the bush. I'm very honest.
Yeah. Honesty is the best policy, isn't it?
I'm going to get Mum a personalised bib with the thing where it catches the food on it.
Yes, and we will show you, viewers.
What is something that strangers often assume about you? What do you think people assume about you?
Well, probably that me and Dad was married. Maybe that, because we had you.
I think people would assume Mum to be quite loud and brash, whereas Mum's actually only just recently finding her backbone.
I found
Mum
my voice,
used to be like the quiet one.
No, I used to be everybody's friend, wasn't I?
Yeah, like a walkover.
Yeah.
Whereas I think to look at Mum, you might think she was like a loudmouth.
I never used to be.
And I think, what do people assume about me? I think people think like I'm a diva or I could be really high maintenance. There's a thing, I think, if you like nice things in life, people will automatically, I think, have a perception that you're high maintenance.
Or you're spoiled.
Yeah. Everything that I own in my room, like my designer bits, my bags and that, is what I've bought.
Yeah.
Me. Apart from my big original Vivian, that's from Nan, but I am very self-sufficient. If I want something, even when I was in a relationship, it's regardless if I'm in a relationship or single, I would not be like, oh, I'd really like that, or like drop hints. If I want something, I'm going out and getting it myself.
Yeah.
Which would sometimes hurt men's pride, because they're like, well, I can buy it. No, I go to work, I've got my own money.
Yeah.
I would probably be earning more money, so therefore I can buy myself my own things. I don't need a man or someone to provide for me, because I feel like I provide for myself.
Yeah. So if you met a man, Shan, and he started giving you gifts, showing you kindness in a gift here and there, would you sort of say, hang on?
I would feel a bit like, oh. Because I'd feel
the
like
generosity, isn't it?
Yeah. But like saying that, I'm a very generous person.
Yeah.
But I'm not one to like be with someone and be like, oh, I really want that. Like, no.
But what you're saying, Shan, though? On the other side of being generous, never be a borrower or lender. Now, when I was younger, I've gotten a few scrapes through that, but that's your saying, isn't it? Never be a borrower or lender, Mum. No.
No.
But you are very generous. So that's on the other spin of the coin, isn't it?
So this is the thing. Sometimes if I get my credit card bill and then it's a bit high, Mum will be like, "Oh, it's high this month." Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Hold on a minute. You didn't mind when you're getting all your bits for Mother's Day and birthdays and Christmases. Like, her and Dad, I don't go without her."
No, we don't.
So that's my little way. If I want to have an odd splurge, like, I can't remember last time I had a splurge.
It's just the last few months has been quite heavy, isn't it?
But I've had like big expenses on them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think like my biggest expenses now in life are my holidays.
Yeah, yeah.
And people might think, well, that's a waste of money for just 2 weeks. But I'm like, it's 2 weeks of my life.
And you work hard all year to have that holiday, don't you?
I say I definitely want to try this year. Maybe like even if I like just go for a weekend, if I can get a train somewhere in the UK, like Manchester or Birmingham, or just go somewhere over a weekend, like cities, or get a cheap flight somewhere under 2 hours, like Amsterdam, Dublin, Cork.
Oh, you see now in the paper in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, they don't want the Brit tourists.
And if you're in the stag do or whatever, and you're drunk or whatever, you're getting fined £123. And that's strange amount, 123.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most unbelievable but true excuse you've ever given for being late?
Unbelievable but true.
So you know, like when they say your homework, my dog ate my homework, stuff like that, but it was actually true.
Well, my one was at work, hungover. I couldn't go to work because I fell out of a bunk bed. And it was on the bank holiday and I lost my bank holiday money. My boss weren't very impressed, but I had a session the night before at a friend's house and I fell out the bunk bed.
I don't feel I've ever told an excuse for being late.
No, because you always liked school, didn't you?
No, but in general, if I'm late, I just say I'm late. I've overslept, or I couldn't be bothered, or I was sitting watching TikTok for hours on end and then realised I had 10 minutes to get ready. I don't really think I've told an excuse for being late. If I do, I'll let you know via email, but I can't think of one that comes to the head. No. I was trying to think of a time when I was late for work, and I didn't even lie about that because I had to call my old manager and be like, "Oh, when you detour through, could you pick me up from somewhere, please, and go and take me to work?"
Yes.
And Mum had to come to work to give me my keys to open.
Yeah. In little Betsy.
And even that weren't a lie. I was honest with a bit. And then the last one to end on, I think it's a good one. What is the worst date you've ever been on? I've not really been on dates as such.
Me neither, but I'm just trying to think.
I think the funniest one that I can remember was going to the cinema to watch a horror, and the whole time they sat behind their knees. And I'm sitting there thinking it's not even scary. I've not really been on many dates. I haven't been on a date since I've been single this time around. I think I went on one when I was single last time. And yeah, that put me off. I'm like, nah. I just get awkward.
Yeah, but when I was growing up, I don't know whether it was dates or whether you had a boyfriend that stayed with them and for long successions of time, or what?
I don't know. Does anyone even do dates anymore? Well, obviously, I know I'd love to go on first dates.
Yeah,
that'd be so fun to see Fred.
See who they pair you up with, isn't it?
God, can you imagine?
I'd like to be that thing, you know, where...
You know what, they do it, and then, like, Mum would actually sign herself up. She'd be at the thing with her day, and she'd be like, "That's my daughter over there, I'm just keeping an eye on her."
No.
Shan, toilet break!
And you know them married at first sight.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
I would like to do that, but I think, I would go through it, because I wouldn't like to hurt the man's feelings if I didn't like him. You know? Or what if that man looked at you and thought, "Oh, my God, it's not... but I'm going to marry her because I don't want to hurt her feelings." But some of them women are stunning, aren't they? Because something was on the telly the other day, and I don't know whether it was first married in Australia. She got there or something, and one of them just said, I was watching her on Gogglebox. No. And everybody on Gogglebox who's watching, "Oh, no!
Oh.
Yeah. So it didn't go sort of the way that the person perceived it. But even if you marry, you've still got so many. If you do get married, I think it's 6 weeks to do things together and decide, like in England, are you going to stay or divorce?
No, I mean, I'm all back for social experiments, but I don't think I could get married to someone. Like, my idea of worst nightmare is getting set up on a blind date.
Yeah, I suppose so. But
because I think, oh my god, but I would love to do that first date. So that'd be fun.
Because they try and match you up with someone, isn't it?
It's like, I think you have to do like a quiz or something.
Yeah, or is it like celebs go dating? They get your what you like and what you don't like and try and match you. Yeah.
I do hard to get paired with. That could be interesting. Imagine that, turning on first dates and be like, I recognise that redhead tottering over in my heels. What do you want to drink? You got a bottle of Corona or something? No, I'd have to be classy. I'd have to have a cocktail.
Pint of Strongbow, yeah.
Sex on the beach, please. Or no, a Baileys or a pina colada.
Yeah.
But yes, that is all the questions done, guys.
Oh.
And there's not much actually left of the food. So this has been a very successful mukbang. So guys, this is a monthly tradition. And I think you're getting used to this now, isn't it? Oh. Mum likes just sitting in front of the camera, eating stuff in her face. I'm a bit gutted because I did get a really nice selection for this month, didn't I? The bits and bobs we got in the freezer.
Well, we could do it for April.
We'll do it for April because I got like a little set from Iceland because they do collabs with certain brands. So I won't tell you what it is because it might spoil it, but we will be doing that next month. Thank you for sending in all the questions. Yeah. I love how diverse it is. How like random the questions go.
And Sherry, you beautiful.
Love that. Rocking it. Absolutely rocking it. I like how it's like you go from what's your food to like attractions to like where you travel. Like there is no questions off bars here. Like
and we try to answer. I'm sorry if I've not sort of come across viewers, but sometimes I can't remember.
Mum's memory sometimes fails her. But yeah, I'm going to get this edited and up for you. So you will see this Friday. I'll get that edited over tonight. It's Thursday as we speak. I will be enjoying Friday morning some cold pizza as my breakfast.
Yeah, we'll put that on the plate because it's rubbish day tomorrow.
Oh god, keep rubbish day. But yes, guys, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below and leave us a comment. Did you find anything new out about us? Or if you could send us a question in, I was going to say a photo. Send us a question in. You can do it down in the email below or on Instagram. I'll let you know when we're next going to do our one. Normally they're towards the end of every month where we just sit, stuff our face and have a chin wag. But yes, take care, stay safe as always, and we'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye guys!
Bye!